The Wellington suburb of Kilbirnie lies between the ridge of hills that become Mount Victoria on one side and the airport on the other. It's a mix of residential and light industrial, only 3 kilometres from the CBD. And it's always been a magnet for migrants because of the proximity to jobs and affordable housing. My parents came here back in the 1960s, and like most island families, they worked hard and sent money back home. But I was born here. And being Samoan by blood and also raised Samoan, I class myself as multicultural. And this gives me a strong sense of who I am and a lot of pride in being a Samoan Kiwi. Kilbirnie's been an awesome place for our family to lay down our roots. And no one's rolled up the welcome mat yet. There are people from the farthest flung reaches of this planet that call this place home. Let me introduce you to an Assyrian priest who was lucky to make it out of Iraq with anything that connected him to his previous life.
I couldn't bring anything, just I brought some photos, a Holy Bible, prayer book, and clothes of my children and family.
We'll savor the aromas of a traditional Moroccan dish that a local man learned in the bazaars of Marrakesh.
This is like a national dish in Morocco, so everyone makes it. So we have it like every week, every Friday.
The local Pōneke Rugby Club sets out to make sure that new arrivals to the country will be represented in the ranks of the All Blacks in years to come.
Kevin expressed his vision to have an All Black from the newcomers community. So it was time to get the bum off the seat and then go and join him and make it happen.
And we'll hear the music of a man who grew up here, tinged with the influences of his Croatian and Ukrainian heritage.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I'm Tufinga Fipuleai, and this is my neighbourhood. It's one of my favourite hangout spots here in Kilbirnie, our local barbershop. If you want to find out the local gossip about what's happening in Kilbirnie, Mark's definitely the guy to come and see. But the only problem is he's not sure how much of the stories that he tells are actually true. This barbershop is very special for our family because Mark cuts my dad's hair and my hair and also my son's hair. The one thing myself and Mark have in common, and that is making money out of telling stories. I'm one half of the Laughing Samoans. We do skits based on, stories about being Samoan. But one guy I definitely want to tell you about, Frankie Kurak, Ukrainian and also Croatian. And he plays high energy music with also a little bit of tinge of dark gypsy, semitone, baritone, or undertones. Awesome stuff. Check it out.
Hey, how about we do Nebuchadnezzar's 9 wives, guys?
Oh, yeah. That's a cool one.
Let's do it!
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Band Nikonezna. Nikonezna is a 9-piece Balkan brass band. Balkan music, so that's from countries like Serbia, Bulgaria, Greece, all the Balkan countries. Nikonezna means nobody knows. Quite a few years ago now, a few of us got together for a children's play. We were the musicians in the play, and the director wanted some music. We learned up the songs, and then after the performance was over, we decided, wow, this is actually quite fun. We should keep playing this. We love the music. It's just highly infectious, high energy. It's fun, it's happy, gets people up dancing. The beauty of this band is we can play totally acoustically. So quite often during shows, we'll start on the stage, and then we'll go into the audience and start playing with the audience and dancing around, and then jump back on stage again. This is my grandmother's house, grandmother and my grandfather who's passed away. Spent a lot of time growing up here, having nice dinners here. And it's got all the family heirlooms here. On the walls here are my grandfather's art. He was all about the copper. My mother's Ukrainian and my father is Croatian. Before Slava's wedding. Mm-hmm. A nice bow tie. Wow, Laura's so small.
Look.
My grandmother, her name is Larisa Finitsky. So she's Ukrainian but Jewish. She's the boss, yeah. She definitely did encourage me.
We always love music all the time in our house. All the time was music. From school, he wanted to play something. So I bought him first clarinet. He have everything, he piano, he accordion, he guitar, everything. I don't know, he need a bigger house for all this instrument.
Music does run in my family. My uncle, he plays the violin. My grandma used to play the piano. My mother used to play accordion. My father, he doesn't actively play music. He actually hosts a radio show every week called From Croatia with Love. When I was hanging out with the Croatian people, they would call me, oh, that Ukrainian kid or Russian kid. And when I was playing with the Russian people, they would call me that Yugoslav Croatian kid. It was difficult finding who exactly am I, but you know, you come to realize that I am all these parts. The accordion's an instrument which I hold very dear, and it's got that old country sound. You can really express yourselves using the tonalities because they're very minor sounding. They sound sad, but yet they're happy because they're quite upbeat, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, depends. If I want to write in a Russian style, I would, add more Russian kind of flavours to it. I don't really play too much Croatian, but if you went to a more like more Balkan, you play something like 7 and 7. So even within Eastern Europe, they're quite different, but yet they hold quite a common similarity. The future, I think, is quite bright for the band. I think we'll continue touring, we'll continue recording, writing new material. We also would love to maybe go abroad. More of the same, just keep the momentum going. Kilbirnie's got everything you need, and it's got various people from all backgrounds. I think it's a fun place to grow up.
Now, us Kilbirnie locals, we love our aquatic centre, and especially because it's a good place to bring your kids when the weather isn't too good in Wellington, which is pretty much almost every day. Now that I've got 3 boys of my own, I want to pass on to them what my parents taught me. My upbringing through my parents is one of the main reasons why I am the man that I am today. I'm proud to say I don't have a criminal record, I don't smoke, I don't drink, and these are some of the values I want to pass on to my children. And coming from a family that has started with very little, I've grown to learn to appreciate the more important things of life, which is family, laughing, sharing, and loving. Now, Father Abram came to Kilbirnie back in the 1980s as a refugee. Now, his mission is to support and help the Assyrian community hold on tight to what's important to them and their culture.
أولاد لف مسن قال اليوم أنا واشوف
The holy name of the church is the Holy Apostolic Catholic Church of the East. We are from the Assyrian background, Assyrian, yes, ethnic group in Iraq. When I came here in 1989, a lot of people here, they asked me to be a priest because we have no priest here, and we got at that time maybe about 100 families, and we need priest, we need church, we need baptism, we need the weddings, we need everything, yeah. So they urged me to be a priest, so I couldn't refuse. We fled Iraq because of situations there, war between Iraq and Iran, and there was a persecution against Assyrian people, not Christian people, against Assyrian people. Yes, we are not allowed to teach our language, we are not allowed to do our ceremonies. So it was very hard to live there. So you have to keep yourself, and you have to, you don't like to be killed. Yeah, so for that reason we fled Iraq. I couldn't bring anything, just I brought some photos, Holy Bible, prayer book, and clothes of my children and family. Yeah. In Iraq, we have to go to the military service. Yes, it's compulsory. So I served in Iraqi army about 8 years and 6 months. This is me in 1976. It was not allowed to flee, especially from the military service. Yes, if they catch you, they arrest you, they will kill you. It takes about 15 days. 15 days from our village to Iranian border. I got four children, very young, and they were carried by the animals. They cannot walk. It's very important. Like you take your children with you, we thought that it's very important to take these photos with us to remind us. This is Juliet, my wife. Was taken before we married. We were engaged, yeah.
Look, that time I'm very young, now I get older, yeah.
This was taken in 1964. My late brother was married at that time, 1964, when you lost some very, very special people like your brother. These photos remind us when we were together there, and we didn't see them when they passed away. So it is sad sometimes. But you know, when you go to the photos, even you feel sad, but you enjoy seeing them. This is my daughter Christina. Yeah. And this is me, this is my teacher, and this Edward who was killed in the Iraq-Iran war. We were fighting with Iran and we fled to Iran, yeah. But they received us and welcomed us. They allow us to teach our language, and we opened a school there. We built a church in the camp. I am receiving Holy Communion here in a refugee camp in Iran. So I stayed in those camps about 3 years. This is the choir of our church there. This all taken in a refugee camp and inside the church. Our children in Iran, this outside of refugee camp, sometimes they allow to go out and to go walking. So we were approved by New Zealand Immigration Service to come to New Zealand. That was in 1989. This is the New Zealand ambassador house in Tehran. So we went there, he welcomed us and he showed us films about New Zealand. I am living in Kilbirnie in Wellington. My church is in Strathmore. We are about 250 families here, yeah, Assyrian and Chaldean. We use the church like a center for our people, teaching our children our Assyrian language. We are trying very hard, Yes, to teach our children our language, our culture, to keep it for other generations. We are free to do that here. We are free to do everything here to keep our culture, our identity here as Assyrians or Chaldean or Christian. And government here or people here, they encourage us to do that.
This bus stop played a big part in the story of my youth. Now, all the kids from around this area, no matter what your background, this is where our teenage lives collided. This is a place where guys would come and hook up with their girlfriends, and even, you know, for us boys, we would sort out some of our differences here with some of the local schools. I'm a Rongotai College old boy, and my school's just down the road here. St. Patrick's College, one of our rival schools, only a couple of minutes down from here. But the one place that we would definitely battle it out with our rival schools was on the rugby field. And Pōneke Rugby Club have welcomed players of all nationalities for years. And right now they're looking for new players, and they've gone right into the heart of new migrant communities.
Sport, I think it brings people together. It's about performance on the field, friendship, camaraderie, team play. It's not about whether you speak good English or not, and it's not what your religion is. Sports like rugby have a strong history and a national identity as well. So living in New Zealand, it is part of being a New Zealander. 26 years ago, came to New Zealand as a student from Malaysia. We as a community group, we gather once a month. We're called Multicultural Council. Kevin came up to one of our meetings. He invited people to come and play rugby.
I'm Kevin Jenkins. I'm the chairman of the Pōneke Football Club here in Kilbirnie, Wellington. This is our 132nd year. We were founded in 1883, so we're one of the grand old rugby clubs of New Zealand. Right from the very outset, Pōneke's reached out to new communities. The early 1900s, Italian migrants first started showing up in New Zealand. Pōneke reached out to those people, and as a consequence, we've had 2 Italian Maori All Blacks. Our view right now is we have to carry on the tradition. We've got a responsibility at Pōneke to reach out to new communities. We don't want to just hang out a welcome sign, we want to go and find them.
Kevin expressed at that meeting his vision to have an All Black from the newcomers community, and that really appealed. So it was time to get the bum off the seat and then go and join them and make it happen.
These are photos from the Multicultural Festival. That's a great shot. Yeah, very nice shot.
The Multicultural Festival, Rugby Festival, there were at least about 200 people, right, of all ages, of all ethnicities, and they were just keen to get onto the ground and to run with the ball.
We had about maybe a dozen teams playing touch throughout the afternoon. It finished with a big meal, some food upstairs and some awards and so forth. Puncher was key to the Multicultural Festival being a success, but neither he nor I were unique. There's a whole tribe of people that worked really hard to make it happen, and that enthusiasm hasn't waned.
After a few years of settling in New Zealand, everyone loves rugby, so it's not very difficult to energize new migrants to play rugby.
We've got a Japanese fellow playing halfback.
My name is Tom, Tomu or Tom Hiratsuka from Japan. Playing rugby in New Zealand, it's a nice way to actually get into the culture and make some friends.
He came to Pōneke in 2009. I think he had a couple of seasons actually, and he's well respected.
It doesn't matter where you come from, as long as you get into it and just make some friendship and just be part of Pōneke. It's always really good.
Tom is an inspiration to a lot of the younger children from the migrant communities.
My name is Salish and I'm New Zealand and my parents are Indian. I'll probably be the first Indian All Black. My name's David. My mum came from Ethiopia and my dad came from New Zealand. I've been playing for 5 years, this club. I just want to train hard, make sure I get the rugby All Blacks quality, ask if I can join the team, and bam!
Rugby is part of the fabric of New Zealand. The best way for new New Zealanders to integrate into New Zealand society is to get involved in rugby. Playing's great, but they don't have to play. They can come along and support. They can come back to the club rooms and take their children along. But rugby is the easiest, simplest, best way to understand what New Zealand's about and find a way in to get to know other New Zealanders.
The future is to encourage through these multicultural councils the formation of community teams that can become members of this club. They'll have greater diversity, people from different parts of the world, right? And that's truly reflective of what Kilbirnie is. Sometimes I wonder why I waited so long to join a rugby club. Perhaps it needed a person like Kevin to come and talk to people. Just as like a matchstick, it just lit up. And I'm glad I did that.
Talofa, this is my mum. My dad's in the bedroom just reading a Samoan newspaper. Now, I really thank my parents for the way I was brought up, being strict with our Samoan language and also our Samoan culture, because I was taught at a young age when I go to school, that's where I only speak English. And then when I'm at home with family, I speak Samoan there and also at church. So I thought, maybe that's an awesome way to keep our culture alive. But really, it's probably because my parents couldn't speak very good English at home. Growing up with parents who worked many jobs, I realized the importance of not just the sacrifices my parents made, but their commitment to our family and also our church. And my family weren't rich, we didn't have much, but my parents always wanted to help our friends and also extended family. A local chef born in Morocco grew up in the bazaars of Marrakesh. It's the traditional recipes that were handed down from his mum and his grandma. This is what really influenced him the most.
I always loved cooking since I was young. From the age of 7, I was helping mum peeling, cutting, frying. And it was always my dream to have my own restaurants. My name is Abdelghani, and I'm born in Marrakesh, in Morocco. We're gonna make the lamb couscous for dinner tonight. I learned to cook this since I was young. We learned from mom because this is like a national dish in Morocco, so everyone make it. I left Morocco in the 1990. I just left because I want to have a better life. Morocco is a good country, but we come like from an average family, not very rich, and I'd like to help my family. Moroccan food is very, very healthy food. We don't cook with the cream, we don't cook with the wines. Just fresh ingredient. So we have the onion, we have the lamb chowder and carrot. We got chickpeas. We got raisin. We have some roasted pepper, zucchini, and eggplant. And we got the spices, paprika, saffron, Moroccan spices, which is called ras lahanut, almost 21 spices, salt, cumin, and black pepper. We always use a lot of spice, but the food is not spicy. It's just it's all about flavors, I'm gonna add water now, just to bring it to the boil. And we're gonna add the couscous, because the couscous is cooked with the steam of the stock. I came to New Zealand and I moved to Wellington, and I worked in all the restaurants, Asian restaurant, Italians, and I ended up having my own. This is the couscous we're using today. Couscous always have to have a steamer, If you use the 5-minute one, they say, oh, this isn't the same, Start my own Moroccan restaurant in 2007, and it's gone very well and have very good name. Everyone hear about Marrakesh. So this is what we do, just like add a bit of salt, and we can add some water to it, give it nice, make it very, very wet, Everything from the heart, Yeah, so try all our best to make the best, the best you can. Yeah, so the couscous now is ready. We're just gonna transfer it to the steamer. So this is the steamer. Yeah. About like an hour and a half, you know? Yeah, it just depends on the lamb. If the lamb it's nice and tender, yeah, that's it, you know? Today, I have my family-in-law. We meet every week. My wife too, she grown up here in New Zealand. She's from Somalia. We meet in Wellington. 4 kids, 3 girls and a boy.
This is not Zainab's pajama. Zainab's in someone's pajama.
It's grandma.
This is me and Selma.
Most of the dishes I'm cooking at the moment, it's learned from mom. She's a very, very good cook. She's always cooked like in big parties, you know? And she's a good cook at home as well. She's the best at school. I learned from her. Presentation is very important. We don't use a lot of presentation, but the presentation we use all the color of the vegetables, you know? That's the best. And the color of the plate, you know? That's most important, you know? Because people eat with eyes, you know? Doesn't matter how the food is delicious, we have to have great presentation. You know? Zainab, she said the texture of the meat, you can smell it, eh? Yeah. And yeah, let's enjoy it. After I meet my wife, she said, you have to come and meet my family, you know? So I meet Mohammed Abdelaziz, my father-in-law. We went for coffee and we talk, and I asked him, I said, like, I would like to be your son when I get married. Even he doesn't know me very well, but he gave me trust. He get me in his house and I be part of his family.
The food is very delicious, and you can't find any other place except my Marrakesh Cafe.
We meet again on Friday at the mosque. We are in Kilbirnie Mosque. This is one of the biggest mosques in Wellington. So today is a Friday prayer, so there's a lot of people coming to the mosque, and all people from all different countries. And they're all lovely, they're all friendly. When we meet in the mosque, we all greet each other, always they say hello. But most of the community, they always come to the cafe and give us great support as well. We're Muslim, we have the Muslim faith get us together, you know? Yeah, because we have like same belief. Very proud being Muslim, grown up in New Zealand. Very happy to be in Wellington. Everyone's very friendly here. Feel like home, you know?
Nothing like the warm Wellington sun on your face with 100 kilometers an hour winds on your back. But I love my hood. There's a whole lot more ethnicities living here compared to when I was growing up. But then that's how it's always been in this area. People come here, they get on with life, and they get on with each other. It's got a whole lot more bars, cafes, and supermarkets compared to 30 years back. But the one thing I love about Kilbirnie, it's a great place for families to prosper, for families to throw down their roots, and that's what I'm talking about.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.